I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, every now and then you come across a book that really touches you, that really moves you, that really connects with you. That's the case with the book we're about to talk about right now. It's called Let's Fly, and it is written by author Greg Grant, and we're delighted to have Greg here today as a guest on Spotlight. Greg, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Logan. Nice to be here.
Nice to meet you as well. Loved your book. Tell the audience what Let's Fly is all about.
Let's Fly is a poetry book. It's about, well, it's about a lot of things that uh, I really wrote it because I had a bit of a mental breakdown at 25, and I had to figure out what was going through my head. So it's a lot of dark poems, a few fantasy poems, maybe a Catholic poem once or twice.
So this book was kind of therapeutic for you. Writing it, I imagine, helped you sort through a lot of the feelings that you had during this difficult time.
Yes, it does, and it started me writing a lot more books too. So
Exactly. You have 3 books published right now, correct?
yes, I got 3 books and one more coming on the way.
Wonderful, wonderful. When did you start writing? Is this a hobby you've liked recently, or is this something you've been doing most of your life?
I've been doing it since I started. I did one poem at the age of 16, and that's the only poem.
Mhm.
Then I had my mental breakdown, and I started writing again.
Right.
And I found it very, as you said, therapeutic and relaxing.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it's a real pleasure for you to be writing these books. Is there a favorite poem that you like within the book, Let's Fly?
Um, yes, it's the first poem of the first page. It's called I Am. And it's really telling you the story about me being CP,
Mhm.
disabled, and how a lot of disabled people care for able-bodied people, and all they're saying to able-bodied people, we've got feelings too, but we show them in a different way to you.
Exactly, exactly. And I'd imagine there's a lot of misunderstandings about CP or cerebral palsy, right?
Yes, there is a lot of misunderstanding. I mean, in our days, in the I don't know about in America, but in the late 60s and all that,
Mhm.
in the before the cerebral palsies were locked away in mental institutions far away in the country, far away, so people don't people don't have to see them, look at them. I know that, and no one even knew how to treat them. And then in the late 80s, after the last um, mental institution burned down, we we were we were put let out in the public, and up until the mid 90s, people are starting to understand, but they've still got a long way to go to understand disabled people.
Absolutely. I'd imagine your book is helping raise awareness because they see how productive your life can be and how you can contribute and the wonderful work that you do.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I am listening to all of the reports coming from America. It's very all of the books are very popular. Even I mean, I'm just starting to advertise Let's Fly in America now. But I mean, the book sales are going up tremendously.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's talk about some of your other works. One of your other works is called The Case of the Missing Dog. Tell me a little
Yes.
bit about that.
Well, when I had the breakdown, my parents never let me get a dog. All my life, I wanted a dog,
Mm.
and I had a breakdown, and I had no friends at all. All of my friends decided to desert me because I was disabled, and my father said to my mother one day in bed, "Why don't get Greg a dog?" So they decided to get me a dog. We rented the dog kennel, about 6 times, and I found the perfect dog. It was a border collie. He came out looking for me. I didn't have to look for him, which was cute. So I thought, well, when I when I started writing poetry, someone said to me, "Well, have you tried writing a book?" And I said, no, I can't write books. I'm only a poet. So I was in bed one day, usually when I get my creative juices, and this title came to me called The Case of the Missing Dog. Um, and the star came to me being my dog, Jake. And the idea is me, I had to I won't spoil it for a lot of people, but Jake got kidnapped and I had to go all the way around the world to find him. And I finally found him. But the story is basically true. He never get kidnapped. But I did have a dog, and I did, when I was 16, I had the opportunity to go halfway around the world.
Mhm.
So the pictures in the book are real pictures. The pictures I took from France and Italy and all that.
Wonderful, wonderful. It's a wonderful book. It's a great book to explore not only dogs, but like you said, many, many different scenes across the world. Your other book is called Reys Dilemma. Tell me about Reys Dilemma.
Reys Dilemma was just a bit of fun. Um, when I was in high school, I got to know all of these druggies. I never took the drugs in at all, but I got to know them. So I um I did a bit of imagination. It's imagination there, and I did thought, well, I was thinking of another book to write, and came into my mind, why don't write about a druggie?
Hmm.
So this boy was roughly 10 years old, and he had a lot of problems in his life, and he had to be his his grandparents were trying to look after him, but he couldn't get on. So his brother and his um, brother's wife decided to take him on into their farm. So he walked into the farm, and they had a lot of other people that had problems in the farm too. And he got up to a few fun. He got to know farm life, and well, you just have to read the book. He had a bit of fun.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, there are three wonderful books. They're
Yeah.
called Let's Fly, which is a collection of poetry, Case of the Missing Dog, and Reys Dilemma. They're all written by Greg Grant. And you can find out more about Greg and his work on his website, which is greggrantauthor.info. Greg, it's been a true delight speaking with you here today on Spotlight.
Thank you.
My pleasure. And to the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.